Hello everybody! This is amazing. I've got a whole new setup here and I've got a few changes to the channel I want to tell you about pretty quickly. So a couple of exciting things. I got an updated camera. I wasn't really sure what to get, but I know I do a lot of outdoor recording, so I thought it would be really cool to get a GoPro. So I got a GoPro 9 and I've been pretty amazed with the quality that I've seen online, so I'm going to stick with that. And I also have a second camera going right now to catch what's going on in my hands. So you may see that as I do this. So today's tutorial is going to be on Happy Birthday. We are moving way to the end of the book because I had a student that requested the Happy Birthday song. And this is a shout out to Judy. And she wanted to not only know how to do Happy Birthday, but she also wanted to be able to do a chord melody of that. So I've got that out here today. So this is actually day 345, I think, is what I counted from the very back of the book. And this is my very first post in Patreon. So you'll be able to catch this in Patreon. And I have a couple of other tutorials in there when I started my Patreon before. But this is a very approachable song for most people, being able to play just a couple of chords. And everybody celebrates a birthday every year, right? So that's something you can do for your friends, for other people, for yourself. So I'm going to break down the first couple lines for you first. And the first couple lines, I've got just the melody only that we're going to be using. Okay, the third and the fourth line down, we're going to be adding the chord melody to it. All right, so let's start at the beginning. I'm using my thumb for all of the notes. And the key to doing a good chord melody is making sure you stop on the appropriate note. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So we're going to start at the top, and this is in the key of F. F is a really great key to play in because it typically allows for us to stay in this general area when we're playing most songs. All right, so our very first set of notes, we've got a C, right? D, C, F, E. All right. If you've never studied tab before, there are many great videos out there, and I'll put that in the comments below. But this could be one of your very first chord melodies that you do. So I definitely wouldn't recommend playing this with chord melody as your very first time reading tab, but this would be a really great first chord melody that you do. All right, let's try that again. So we're at the very top, and I simplified the rhythm. Typically in Happy Birthday, you know how you go, Happy birthday to you. So I remove the happy. You can add those in if you'd like later. I'm just trying to keep this pretty simple. All right. So let's go at the top, and I'm going to add a couple of measures this time. Why don't we do the first 4 full measures, which is going to take you to the end of line 1. Here we go. 1, 2. Now let's take a look at the next 4 measures. Pretty simple. We just start on a C up here, and we're going to end up on an F by the end. All right, so let's try this. This is measure 6. 1, ready, happy birthday, dear so-and-so. Happy birthday to you. All right. So I think it's just as important to be able to read the notes as it is to read the tab. The tab is great because it'll show you where you need to be on the neck. However, most of the time it doesn't tell you the rhythm that you need to play for it. So occasionally you're going to see a half note, right? A half note is worth 2 beats. A good example of that is in the second full measure. It starts on an E and it goes for 2 beats. The other thing it doesn't tell you with tab is the pitch that you're playing. You can change the tuning of the instrument and it'll totally change what note you're playing. All right. So if you have not done that before, a great way to learn your notes is just to really, really learn the C major scale. And then from there, you can kind of branch out and figure out your in-between notes, right? See if you can figure this out. What note is this? All right, this is C, this is C sharp, etc., etc. This is D, this is E flat or D sharp, right? So let's get to the very bottom of the page, and we've got a chord melody here, all right? So same exact melody you had on the very top of the page, we're just adding some harmony below it or above it, however you want to think about it. Typically we're going to end our melodies on the highest string that we can get to. So I wrote no chords on this page for a reason, because you're not really playing the same exact chords that you would as if you were going to strum this going through it, okay? So let's go for it in the very beginning. I did tell you which frets to play as far as the tab, but I did not tell you which fingers to use. So I'll see if I can help you with that. We're at measure 10, which is the third line down. And we start off again with happy. Now I use my middle and my ring finger. Birthday to you. It's very much like a C chord, right? We're in it at 0, 0, 0. Okay, let's try that one more time. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. All right. The other note I have for you, and I've told this to students like Judy, you want to make sure that whatever melody notes you're playing, that you are making that note as loud as you can. Not as loud as you can, but louder than the other notes. Right? Check this out. If I did it kind of poorly, it would be sounding like this. I didn't do the rhythms very well there, but I also brought these notes out louder or just as loud as the melody itself. So I'll try to do it better so you can hear that. Here we go. 1, 2. Hopefully the melody rang very clearly for you. A student of mine had their thumb like this. You can probably see this in the second cam. They're like, how do you get a really, I can't get the melody to come out. So I didn't really notice what I was doing differently, but I had flattened my thumb a little bit. And you want to kind of accelerate into the melody note, and that should help you with that. All right. Okay, I believe we left off at measure 12, right on beat 3. That note is a C. So let's go there. It's a little different than the beginning. I'll count you in 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy. All right. Now let's take a look at measure 15. All right. Can you figure out what chord this is? It's kind of a combination of chords in a way. So if you answered F chord, or F kind of, you're correct. It is an F chord, but we have a C added in there. Depending on the size of your instrument, this is a tenor. I didn't tell you which instrument this is. This brand is kind of an off-brand Hurricane, and definitely from China, which is fine. But I have a bunch of student instruments, and this is what I happen to have. My Jazzmaster is on a low G tuning right now, so this is what I have. And it sounds great, actually. For the price, it's fantastic. You can find that in a link on my bottom part of the page, the affiliate links, if you're interested in getting a larger sized, budget-friendly instrument. Okay, so back to measure 15. We have an F chord. Now, you could use your ring finger to hit the 3 on this note. Happy birthday. Or I would probably use my pinky for comfort on that C note right there. So let's try that. I'm going to start one beat before measure 15, and we'll give it a go. So here we go. 1, 2. Happy birthday, dear. All right, great job. The other thing that I didn't include on this page, and I just did this for legibility as far as reading the notes, I would, as much as you can, try to let the chords ring out over the entire measure. Okay, now I would have written this differently if you guys were super duper comfortable with reading this besides the tab. So that's something you can work towards. Okay, I'll give you an example. If I didn't do that, it would sound like this. Happy birthday, dear. So So I let go of all my fingers, but what I would like you to try to do is to leave down your pointer finger and middle finger in measure 15. Check this out. This is different. Happy birthday, dear. Listen to this. Could you hear that ring over those notes? So that's what I would go for to help establish the chords that we're playing. All right. Now we've got measure 16. This is one of my favorites, just the way it sounds. So it's almost like you're about to make a B flat chord without the pointer finger. Okay, for a second it sounds sad, doesn't it? And in a way it is kind of like a B flat chord because you're going to be putting your pointer finger down. For those that dread the B flat chord, it's actually easier because you don't have to half bar the pointer finger, right? Okay, so let's check out that measure one more time. This is measure 16. Happy birthday, dear so-and-so. Happy, let's finish it. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. All right, let's give it a go. Starting at measure 10, this will be the full chord melody. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear so-and-so. Happy birthday to you. And many more. All right, and that'll be a little postscript that I'll show you how to do later. That includes the F7 chord. All right, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial of Happy Birthday. And I'm gonna do a lot more chord melodies in the future. I'll give you a hint. This song has been covered on YouTube before by other teachers, but it has not been a chord melody. It's the most infectious song that's been recorded and played over and over and over and over again on YouTube. See if you can figure that one out for next time. It's almost beyond annoying now, but it's actually really simple to play. Kids will love playing it. If you're a kid, you'll love playing it and possibly annoying your parents. So we'll do that chord melody in the future. Couple of post announcements. If you have not done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the bottom right side of my page. And that way you'll catch all of my videos, whether they're tutorials or run-throughs of songs from the Daily Ukulele book or other things. I'm planning on posting on my Patreon every Thursday and Sunday. I won't be really working on the channel on Sunday, but I'll just post on Sunday. I try to give myself a little Sabbath day on Sunday. So thank you all so much. I'm really, really excited about the future of this channel, and I've got some really exciting news coming up at the end of this month. I don't want to spoil it yet. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.